In this video, we're going to discuss division of expressions with radicals. The property used with division states that a fraction under the radical sign can be broken up into the root of the numerator and the root of the denominator. Therefore, our property is read: the square root of a over b could be rewritten as the square root of a over the square root of b. And we can do this vice versa. So I could start with the right side format and convert it to the left side format. So using this property, we're going to combine two radicals into one fraction. We can solve this problem. Square root 21 over the square root 3. We'll convert that to the square root 21 over 3. So 21 over 3 is now under the radical. 3 happens to go into 21 7 times, so our simplified and final answer is the square root 7. Let's take a look at this one. We have the cube root of 60 divided by the cube root of cube root of 4. We take the two separate fractions, convert them to 1. We now have the cube root of the fraction 60 divided by 4. Well, 4 into 16 goes 15 times. So our simplified answer is the cube root of 15, because there is no more simpler form of cube root 15. There are no perfect cubes as factors of 15. Let's take a look at one more. Let's again use this property to combine two radicals into one fraction to solve it. This one's a little bit more complex. So our first original problem here, 11 times the square root 40ab cubed divided by 2 the square root 5ab. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the parts under the radical and make them into one fraction. Notice I leave the 11 halves out front. We'll be dealing with that at the end. First, I'm going to take 5 into 40. So 40 divided by 5 is 8. A divided by a, that reduces to 1. B cubed divided by b gives me b squared. So let's take that 11 halves, 8b squared. Now let's simplify the 8b squared portion. So I'm going to break up the square root of 8 into the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. Then I'm going to take the square root of the b squared, because I realize b squared is a perfect square. So as I work through here, I'm going to simplify. So my square root of 4 is going to become 2, and my square root of b squared is going to become b, and they're going to come outside the radical sign, which is going to leave me the square root 2. Now you'll notice I highlighted in red here, we have 2 divided by 2. So they're reduced to 1. So I'm left with 11b square root 2 as my simplified answer.